I'm Neil of Team Teacher, teaching, living and raising a family in China. Today we're looking at a PowerPoint lesson for be, I am, you are, plus physical description. Let's check it out. The first slide is always a rule slide. We go over the rule slide, we drill the rule slide, and I remind them of the reward if they follow the rules. Then I'll see if I get them to know what the greeting is. They should probably be familiar with that now. And then I go into my flashcards. Now it's really important to remember with this particular lesson, it is for very low level elementary primary school students. So it is the bare basics, and it's quite heavy on the drilling. But at this stage, it's basically what we have to do with these kind of level of students with such a large class. Now I get them to repeat and drill and use a variety of different voices when we're doing these flashcards of I'm a girl, I'm a boy, and then switching it up to you're a boy, you're a girl. Now when I'm doing the I'm and the yours, I really emphasize with my fingers pointing. So when I'm going and talking about I'm doing a lot of self-pointing and really overemphasizing that. And when I'm saying you're, I'm pointing outwards and really emphasizing that it's someone other than not myself. So here, I will say, as a demonstration, I'm a boy, and give a thumbs up and say yes. And I'll also say I'm a girl, and I'll kind of try and gauge what their reaction is, but I'll probably have to just give a thumbs down and say no. And then I'll start pointing out students. You're a boy, you're a girl, you're a girl, you're a boy, blah, blah, blah. And then finally, I'll start by pointing a lot of different students, say you're, and get them to give me a complete sentence of I'm a boy or I'm a girl. And here, I only briefly kind of touch on this and say that yes I am or no I'm not, and that it's the same, boy or girl. But here it's just quick fire questions. Are you a boy? Are you a girl? I try to promote them to say the full sentence, yes I am, no I'm not, but I'm just kind of getting an idea of comprehension of yes, no, really, that they're really kind of like, no, they're a boy or a girl. And then we go into a song to break all this up and get them moving around again. Back from the song, we're introducing adjectives big and small. With this one, I'm going to practice a lot with TP on my body. I'm going to make my body really big when I'm saying big. I'm going to make my body really small when I say small. And we're just going to have a bit of fun with this, going between big and small, fast and slow, like big with big, small, small, small. This sort of thing. And then we're going to read a bit of a very simple story. So this story is looking at these footprints, and I just get them to repeat along with me. It's a pretty funny story, and the new vocabulary in there, like monster and dinosaur, they're probably familiar with this outside of the curriculum, and there's pictures as well that I can point at. And it's kind of a fun little story. It breaks things up, they get to read along, and it's something for the whole class that they can do, and we can kind of add big exasperated sentences and kind of have a bit of fun with it. Now one thing that I really like to do is I like to add lots of GIFs, and especially ones that are funny. So when we're talking about something that's big and small, it's good to kind of emphasize kind of like how that means and in what relation it would be to them. And plus, you know, kittens and cats are always cute. So this one, it's like we're redoing boy and girl, but we're actually just inserting the new vocabulary of big and small. So we're drilling your, and notice here that I'm not doing so much drilling, but I'm actually going more straight into having them repeat the language and identify the language themselves. So I'm literally at this point just saying you're and pointing at students and seeing if they can say I'm big or I'm small. Now here I do a little bit more explanation and a little bit more drilling to point out the are you and the differences when it's no, I'm big, yes, I'm small. Just so they know that it's basically the same. It's just you have to change, is it small or is it big, and that they have to match with the question. Now at this point, what I'll try and do, if the class is not too hectic, is I'm going to have them make a couple of different lines, 2 lines at either side of me, and we're just going to ask, they're going to ask the questions in the orange to each other, and they're going to choose an answer between the blue options, and we're just going to move through this really fast. So they ask the question, they give a blue answer, they ask another question, they give a blue answer, and then they move to the back and the next student comes forward. It's just to kind of get them up and get them moving and using the language as well. And when that starts to break down, then we're going to move into a song, which is a great song that's really catchy, that gets them moving around in and singing and using the vocabulary. So we've covered I am and you are with the be verb. Now we're looking more at she is. So I really emphasize she and girl, and I really emphasize he and boy. Not so much the is at this point, but more that they can link the female and the male. And here I'm just going to look, and I'm going to try to get them to get the correct one based on the adjectives as well. I'm going to flip that up and get them to say the full sentences. So we're kind of like building on all the words that we've been learning during the course of the lesson. Now, with really low-level students and young kids, it's really difficult to kind of go over the difference between the full form and the contracted form. So basically what I try and do is I drill this, but more in a sing-song, and then I'll see if they can kind of remember and throw out some I am and kind of give a shrug and a what, and see if they can all tell me I'm. I try and make it as fun as I can, but we'll drill this as a lot and then move on. And here we will put all the sentences together. He's a big boy, he's a small boy, and we're all practicing this because eventually I'm going to ask them to identify each other and say that he is, she is, whatever. And we actually have our own little song here for the be verb conjugation. It's a really catchy song that's got a dance that we came up with, like how you can kind of teach the students by pointing along with this catchy song. Really, I super suggest that you go to the link on the actual slide and check out our verb conjugation song, as you can actually see us teaching the be verb and the conjugations in action. This particular sort of rhythm we actually use with a lot of different verbs that have conjugations and contractions, like I have. You just have to switch up the lyrics, but you can use the same actions and you can use different words. So we come back from doing the song, and here I just want them to say the full sentences, and with these sentences, these conjugations, they might be good, but also there could be bombs. So this is just like a really fun, quick game, just to repeat all the vocabulary that they've actually covered during the class. Now here, I give them a demonstration of what I want them to do. So I say, I'm Neil, teacher, I'm a boy, I'm big. These are the 3 sentences that I want them to repeat and say to me to get points for their team. So here, they can come up to the front or just stand up and tell me who they are, they're boy or girl, or they're big and small. And then if we have time, we're going to try and sing You're Amazing Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars. It's way out of their league, but there are a couple of lyrics that are repeated quite a lot. so it's easy kind of to just do those small segments. Plus it's a really nice song and it's a good way to kind of just finish the class. If you like that video, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel, and check out the link below to download the free PowerPoint lesson.